for joining us for our monthly webinar series from Local Market Monitor, where we take a closer look at this month's National Economic Outlook, which was written by Local Market Monitor's president, Ingo Windsor. For those of you that don't know Ingo, he has been analyzing real estate markets for over 30 years and is a graduate of MIT and Boston University. He's not a typical economist and has a knack for taking complex data, extracting what is important, and providing unique insights and tangible guidance on real estate markets. So with that, I bring you Ingo and his insights on the economy.
Thanks very much, Carolyn. Our goal every month is to look at the latest economic data and see what they mean for real estate markets. Earlier this year, we were almost blind in this regard because there were no data, even though we knew the economy was in a massive nosedive. And we didn't know what would happen with the coronavirus. All we knew was that the economy could never recover as long as the pandemic lasted. We're now on slightly firmer ground, especially with the news that coronavirus vaccines may be 90% effective. Now we can foresee that the virus will be controlled, even if it takes us a year or so to do the job. So with that background, let's see how the economy may develop. Here's one way of looking at the recession: retail spending and jobs. The blue bars are the percent change in spending compared to the same month last year. The red line shows the comparison for the number of jobs in the economy. They tell very different stories. While spending has recovered quickly, jobs haven't. In fact, the improvement in jobs is getting smaller every month and may stall out somewhere around -5%. Let's make a quick comparison with the 2008 recession. Back then, both spending and jobs just got worse and worse through 2008 and 2009 and didn't really recover until 2011. No wonder real estate values fell. This time, the quick recovery in spending, coupled with the likelihood of strong vaccines, suggests that the recession will be much shorter, which means the effects on real estate markets will be mainly concentrated in rentals. Here's another way to see the recession: gross domestic product, shown as the change from the same quarter of the previous year. GDP is often shown as the change from the previous quarter, but that makes no sense right now. We want to see how far we need to go to get back to a normal level. And again, it doesn't look like we have that far to go. Let's quickly go through the job situation in the various sectors of the economy. Here we see total jobs, same as the red line in the other charts. Clearly, the improvement from month to month is getting smaller. This suggests to me that many of the lost jobs will never return. In manufacturing, the leveling of the economy of the recovery is very evident. In construction, because it's largely an outdoor activity, the recovery has been a bit better. As states reopen their economy, retail jobs have shown the biggest recovery, but the latest data seem to show a limit. Business services is one of the largest sectors of the economy, where we're seeing steady but not spectacular improvement. This is one of the reasons I think the recession will linger well into 2021. The healthcare sector is also very large, and jobs here also seem to have hit a recovery wall. Finance jobs have been affected the least, but even here the recovery is very slow. Like retail, restaurant jobs first made a big recovery as states reopened, but now see only small improvement. Even with promising vaccines on the way, a lot of people will avoid restaurants for quite a while. This is a bit worrying. Government jobs are mainly local jobs: teachers, firefighters, administrators, etc. It's predictable that tight budgets will result in layoffs, but permanent losses in this sector will affect many local housing markets because local government workers are homeowners. Finally, here's my recession indicator: computer programmers. We've seen that the sectors most affected by the recession generally have lower paid jobs. retail stores, restaurants, and a lot of business service jobs. In other words, people who rent. But it's not just lower paid people who have lost their job. Computer engineers are well paid and are homeowners. We'll know later this month how much home prices have been affected by the recession, but I think we can't count on strong demand for any type of housing until these computer jobs come back. To finish, let me plug our Investors Metro analysis, which shows the economic situation in any of 200 metro areas and what that means for local investing, especially for rental properties. It now includes detailed rent data for local zip codes and is especially useful in these uncertain times. Thanks for following along. This is our National Economic Outlook. I'm Inga Windsor.